So, we're diving into something called the morning letter written barefoot. And let me tell you what a story it is. It's all about a 72-year-old man named Mr. Lee Young Bae. And just imagine this for a second. What if you could walk away from 40 years of chronic pain and medication? Just leave it all behind, using nothing but your own 2 feet. It sounds pretty impossible, doesn't it? But his journey from a life of debilitating sickness to complete, vibrant health, all through the simple act of barefoot walking, well, it's nothing short of a miracle. But to really, truly appreciate this miracle, you first have to understand the darkness he was living in. We're talking about a 40-year-long nightmare. I mean, the scale of his struggle is just staggering. For 40 years, he was dependent on 7 different medications, everything from sleeping pills to nerve stabilizers. A car accident left him needing a cane for 6 years just to get around. He was living with constant, full-body pain, severe depression, and he even had suicidal thoughts. This wasn't just a bad patch. This was his daily reality for 4 decades. Now that sounds like a totally hopeless situation, right? But what if the answer wasn't in yet another pill bottle? What if the solution was literally right there, just beneath his feet the whole time? He was about to discover a path forward that's as ancient as the earth itself. And this right here, this is the heart of his transformation. It's a specific, really intense method he calls the 1.3, the 6 healing secret. And this framework, it would become his absolute lifeline. So what in the world is the 1.3.6 framework? Well, the concept is simple, but the commitment is immense. We're talking about walking barefoot for a total of 6 hours, broken into 3 sessions, every single day. He walked on everything: soft forest paths, gooey mudflats, sandy beaches. It didn't matter if it was raining or scorching hot. He was out there walking with this incredible, desperate resolve. Okay, so how does this actually work? Scientifically, it's based on a concept called grounding or earthing. The easiest way to think about it is like this. With our modern lifestyles, wearing rubber-soled shoes all the time, our bodies build up an unhealthy positive electrical charge, kind of like static electricity. This can lead to chronic inflammation, which is the root of so many diseases. But the earth itself has this natural, soothing, negative charge. So when you walk barefoot, you're literally plugging your body into the planet. It's like you're grounding an appliance. All that unhealthy charge flows out, and your body absorbs the earth's stabilizing energy. Pretty amazing, right? So once he reestablished this profound connection, Mr. Lee's body started to respond. And the results, they were truly astonishing. Let's walk through the timeline of his healing. And you know what? The results started showing up surprisingly quickly. After just 6 months of this daily routine, his high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and pre-diabetic condition all went back to normal. Then, at the 8-month mark, something incredible happened. He threw away his cane. After 6 long years of depending on it, he just didn't need it anymore. His stooped posture straightened right up, a change so dramatic his family and friends just called it a flat-out miracle. And the healing momentum just kept building. By the time he hit 11 months, it was like a complete cascade of positive changes. All these issues he'd been dealing with, chronic fatigue, joint pain, gastritis, acid reflux, atopic dermatitis, they all started to resolve. He even said his flat feet started to develop arches again. But this incredible healing wasn't just physical. The shift in his mental and emotional state was just as profound, maybe even more so. He says he felt like he was reborn, going from a child of darkness into a son of light. That crushing weight of depression he'd carried for so long just lifted. It was replaced by this newfound positivity and confidence. But maybe the most touching proof came from his wife of 45 years. She told him, "In all our years together, this is the very first time I have ever heard you humming to yourself." Feeling this incredible surge of new life, Mr. Lee made a monumental decision. He stopped taking all 7 of his medications at once. Cold turkey. This kicked off an intense withdrawal period that lasted for over 6 months. It was a grueling ordeal of full body pain, dizziness, and nausea. But here's the key. He never went to a hospital. Instead of giving in, he leaned into his walking even harder. He came to believe that when it hurts, you must walk more. He reframed all those awful symptoms not as a setback, but as something called a healing crisis, a powerful sign that his body was finally detoxing and achieving a much deeper level of healing. He actually learned to welcome it. His conviction was really put to the test after he was in a major bus accident. The doctor said he had a 4-week injury, and he was in severe pain. But then he had a flash of insight. The marble floor of the building he was in was conductive. So for 2 days straight, he just stayed there, barefoot on that floor, grounding himself. And unbelievably, without taking a single painkiller, he was able to manage the extreme pain. It was a real-time demonstration of grounding's powerful anti-inflammatory effects.
It was that dramatic experience that inspired Mr. Lee to share his methods so that absolutely anyone can discover their own path to healing.
So he proposes 2 different frameworks, really depending on your goals. For general health, prevention, and just good maintenance, he suggests the 1.3.3 method. That's walking barefoot 3 hours a day. But for those of you who are battling chronic and serious conditions, who really want to start a completely new life, he recommends the intensive 1.3.6 method that he used himself. Okay, of course, before you start, safety has to come first. Always check your path for any hazards, like glass or sharp rocks. Start slowly. Don't try to be a hero on day 1. Let your feet adapt, and then you can gradually build up your time. And this is so important. Please make sure your tetanus vaccination is up to date. And remember, what you do after your walk is just as important. Always wash your feet really well to prevent any infections. And a really important tip, especially during dry seasons, apply plenty of moisturizing cream. This is so crucial for preventing those painful cracked heels and keeping your feet healthy and ready for your next walk. If there is one lesson, one major takeaway from Mr. Lee's journey, it is this. Consistency is everything. The profound healing he experienced wasn't from walking once in a while. No way. It was unlocked through daily, persistent, non-negotiable practice that just became a fundamental part of his life. It all really comes down to a powerful shift in mindset. He captured it perfectly in his own words. My health is my responsibility. I must protect it myself. It's all about taking ownership and really becoming the hero of your own health story. Mr. Lee's story just shows the profound healing that's possible when we reconnect with the earth. Your own journey can start today. All it takes is that one first step. If you found this story inspiring, please help us share it by hitting subscribe, like, and turning on those notifications. And if you'd like to join a supportive community, you can search for the National Barefoot Walking Movement headquarters on Naver Cafe. It's a fantastic resource for sharing information and getting encouragement on your own path to healing.